Hi everyone. So today I want to play around again with the Griffin Floral paper anthology. I've been thinking about this all weekend, and I was like, in my mind, since we have all this paper, and I was like, well, you know, I can make a box like just with one 12-inch piece of paper or cardstock, and then just come up with some numbers that work to make a base and a lid from the one piece. Obviously, you can plan for whatever is. If you need a certain size, you can make boxes, obviously, of a certain size. But for me, I wanted to maximize one 12-inch piece of paper. So then I was like, I don't know, how am I going to decorate it? And I thought it was kind of, not boring, but I can just show you how to make a quick box, I guess. But then I thought, well, you know, Valentine's coming up. Maybe you want something more special. So let's do a shadow box. And I did one, I looked 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And I was like, oh, wow, I can't believe I haven't made another one since then because they're so cool. I love them. So sometimes I'll do like an inlay box or like a box that has an aperture or something like that. But what I'm going to show you today is how to make one that actually has like a kind of a shadow box feature. So I'm going to use my papers. Obviously, these are all gorgeous. This one is the one that I actually thought would be harder to work with because of the way the flowers are positioned here. So maybe this is a good one for a box because it's very pretty, but it doesn't, you know. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to take this one guy. So if this is still available, which I believe it is now at the regular full price though on HSN. I'll link it for you guys. That would be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission if your purchase items to those links. So I appreciate it. With HSN and YouTube, it might be embedded in the video. Sometimes I present them a little bit different way with their affiliate program. But let's get right to it. So what I'm going to do, just to start off, I'm going to cut this right in half. And I was debating if I should use a box maker or just use my paper trimmer the whole time. So I'm going to use a paper trimmer this time because I think the last time I did the tutorial, I used a box maker and obviously a trimmer to cut my paper. But last time I also used a die to make an aperture. And this time I think I'm just going to cut it with this. So the last time around, it was all hunky-dory, and like, you know, hunky-dory does all these different shapes and like circles, and I thought it'd be cute to cut out a circle and then use some of their circular kind of cutouts, you know, those kinds of things, toppers, to decorate. But this time we're going to do more from scratch, okay? So 6 inches, right? And I guess I could write this down for you guys, but it's kind of in my head. You're also going to need an extra piece of paper to do the inlay portion of it to make it a shadow box kind of frame kind of thing. I don't really know even what I'm going to decorate the inside of the box, so you can make the box however deep you want. Last time I did 1/2 inch, and I think I'll do 1/2 inch this time, just so you have a good visual in there that looks like deep, you know, like a shadow box. You can do 1/4 inch, 1/3 of an inch, whatever, but in my mind, also, how big do we want this box? So you have a piece that is essentially 6 by 12, right? 2 pieces. And if you're making a box, you're going to always score one with the height of whatever you want. And the opposite one, or the second one, the base or the lid, whichever other one, is either going to be a 1/16 of an inch all around on either, you know, score line, smaller or larger, because one needs to fit inside the other one. Or if you want the lid, you know, to be not as deep as the box, then you're gonna have to do some different numbers, okay? But today we're gonna make a same kind of box that matches as far as the depth of it. But that inlay to make the shadow box is going to push the bottom box away a little bit because it's not gonna close all the way, right? Because that shadow box layer is there. So I was thinking about 1.5 inch sides, but 1.5 inch sides on 6 inch wide paper, that's going to leave 3 inches. It's going to be very thin, right? I mean, which isn't horrible, but that is kind of weird because it'd be 3 by like 9. Kind of like a jewelry box though, I guess. It's an interesting shape. Now I'm thinking 1 inch sides because that would, you know, be 4 by 10, which is also kind of big, kind of weird size. Should we do the 3 by 9? Let me see, 3. We can do that. It's going to be an interesting shape. So what you're going to do with one of them, like right now, is just score it. And you can score it on this side or on the opposite, whatever side. But basically, for one of them, you're going to score exactly the same. So if I'm having 1.5 inch sides, I'm going to go to 1.5. I mean, 1.25 inch would be fine too, but we're going to go right to 1.5, make sure everything's lined up nice and straight. So I'm just going to score at 1.5 all around. You know, here, go 1.5, score that, all around, always 1.5, okay? So I'll be right back. I'm just gonna score all 4 sides at 1.5 inches. So easy peasy. Just remember, if you're using the Spellbinders paper trimmer that I have here that I love, not to use the cutting, you're just scoring. So it's gonna be a box that's kind of thin and long. That's interesting. Cute. Okay, so as you can see, this is my box lid, let's say. So because I need my box base to kind of nestle up in here, the measurement can't just be 1.5 because they'll just touch each other, right? You go to close it, they're exactly the same. If you're using a box maker, do box base, right? 1.5 inches on the box base side. But since we're using this guy, what we're gonna do is 1.5 plus a 1/16. Okay, so let me show you where I'll be scoring. So 1.5. So if you're looking at a scoreboard, you know, these little guys in between, like half, this one that's right in the middle is a 1/4 inch, right? 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1. This little guy that's like a little bit longer, but in between the 1/4 inches, you know, this taller one, that's 1/8 of an inch, right? If you go to there, that's 1/8. The 1/16 are these smaller ones. So 1.5 plus a 1/16. So this line right here, not this one, that's 1/8. That's 1/8 more. It's this one. So basically we're scoring at 1 and 9/16. I know it sounds painful, but so again, 1.5 plus a 1/16. So right here. And that's going to make it a little bit smaller. And you can even split that difference if you had 30 seconds, but a lot of scoring tools don't have 30 seconds. We'll keep that trimmer away. Make sure this guy's in here. Okay. So the reason we're scoring this, again, it'll be 1/8 inch all around smaller, but it'll tuck into our box better. So 1.5 again, plus that little 1/16. 1.5 plus that 1/16. So I'll score all 4 sides just like that. Okay, and again, 1.5 plus a 1/16, so 1 and 9/16. Sounds painful. And I'll be right back. I just have this one to finish and one more. Okay, so our box base, again, 6x12, scored at 1 and 9/16 all around. This one's, again, 6x12, scored at 1.5 inches all around. And then we also need the one that goes inside of this. Now, I just thinking about this. Oops. Well, no, this will be fine. This paper to nestle inside here is going to be smaller. So the actual box of this, again, is going to be 3x9, right? Essentially. I just want to make sure. So yeah, 3x9, obviously. So this guy needs to be 3x9 also, but with a 1/2 inch all around. So I need a piece of paper that's 4x10. I know, it's an interesting thing. So 4, and that's if I'm gonna make it 1/2 inch deep, okay? 4x10. So with this A2 size paper, I just need to cut 1 inch off this other one. And then this one, we're also scoring at 1/2 inch all around, but if I score 1/2 inch all around, again, just like the lid, it's going to butt up against, it's not gonna fit in there really nicely. So what we're gonna do, instead of just scoring at 1/2 inch, we also need this to be kind of like the base, where it has to be a little bit smaller so it can tuck into the lid. So instead of 1/2 inch, we're gonna go, now you can do a 30-second if you want it really nice and tight. I mean, that's up to you, splitting the difference between those guys, or just go ahead and do the 16th mark, okay? Or you can split the difference, like I said, and make it just a little bit tighter, which is kind of what I think I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go in between 3/4 and 1/2. You know, I better not, because this paper's kind of thick. So 1/2 inch plus a 1/16. So again, basically 9/16 all around. So at that 16th, making sure it's lined up pretty good over here. This is a long piece of paper and it's kind of funny, so I'm just trying to make sure. Okay. So again, 9/16 all around. If you're doing this on a scoring board that has a lid and a base, you're gonna do this again for base, okay? Because that takes away that little 1/16 of an inch all around already. So do 1/2 inch on the base side. Okay, but if you're using paper trimmer, you have to do the numbers yourself, you know? So 9/16. And I will be right back. Okay, so that's the one that's gonna be the insert that we're gonna build our little shadow box into. So that's ready to go. Now, this guy, I know it's hard to see, but we scored it at 1.5 inch all around. And if I wanna make an aperture, like an opening in this, this is so funny because this is totally different what I had in my mind. So I have to do a slim line. Okay, so you have the 3 inch center by 9. Should we do 1/2 inch inside? And it just leaves like a little strip. Okay, so if we make a 1/2 inch aperture, you know what I'm saying? 1/2 inch from the edge. That means you need to cut at 2 inches in, because this is 1.5 inch, one of the sides, plus a 1/2 inch, so 2 inches. So with a cutting thing like this, I'm gonna go ahead and put this right at 2 inches. Well, you know what? Before we do that, let me go ahead and cut this, because what's going to happen is going to make it hard to score later. You have to be real careful, you know, because you're going to have these little skinny sides. So at the 1.5 inch mark, you're going to, if you like to make your boxes, if you pinwheel it, then pinwheel it, or if you like to do them both the same, so you cut here and cut here, however you like to create your boxes. I'm just going to go with the pinwheel style. And what I mean is go to the next one like this and cut that out right at that 1.5 inch. Hopefully you're familiar with box making at this point. Been making them for years, so hopefully I'm not going too fast on that. But you're just cutting away a little bit from this so it fits nicely, so you close it up nicely. Right to there, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and score these because, like I said, I'd rather do it now than when I have a little skinny piece that's just kind of sitting there once we do the cutaway of that 1/2 inch, you know, in here. So it is going to be scored, but just, I think this is better than, like I said, trying to score it later. Okay, so we need to be at 2 inches. So I'm laying this up at 2 inches. The whole thing, make sure it's nice and straight. And then this needs to start cutting at 2 inches. So you bring this down, don't put it down and start cutting, but you're going to line this guy up. Most paper trimmers have this kind of option where I can lay this here and I can see that starts at 2 inches. Put this little marker right there at 2 inches. That means that's the center. And we're going to bring it all the way down to 10, basically, right? From 2 inches to 10, because that leaves 1/2 inch here. I hope that makes sense. So all the way down and stop at 10. Now you can either just pick this up and turn the whole thing or start with the other one. But you know, I'll probably just go ahead and turn to the other side because it's already set up where I need it to be. And I'll set this up again at 2 inches. Right? 2 inches. Set that down. It's basically already at 10 inches. Right there. And score it all, not score it, but cut it all the way up to 2 inches. Again, that leaves 2 inches at the top, 2 inches at the bottom, right? And now, from here, we're gonna go ahead and put this again at 2 inches, because every 2 inches we're gonna do this. It's already at 2 inches here. And this time when we cut, we're only gonna cut to, let me think, 6 to 4. Does that seem right? Yeah. So from 2 inches to 4, boop, right down here. That should have cut all the way through, which it did. And now the last line, or last side, again, 2 inches. And then this is already at 4, and we're going to cut up to 2 inches. Right, so the aperture should be cut pretty nicely, hopefully. Yay! And then I have this beautiful bookmark. And we have this piece, okay? So, what we're going to do with this guy is line it with acetate. And I guess you don't have to. If you don't want to, you can just leave it so it's like see-through. I think we're done with this for right now, which is cool. Okay, so that's all done. We're just going to put that together in just a moment. So now this guy is our box base. Well, usually I cut the things before I start scoring, so let me just do that. So again, right on those score lines. Divot, 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 right, all around. It is easier to cut before you score, because if you score, it makes that bump, and then it's harder to cut nice and straight. But again, all around, so I'll just do it with you guys together here. And one more. Okay, like that, right? Score lines. If you like to use a scoring tool, you know, go for it. That's done, not this one. Okay, so you have that guy all scored up. And then this is that little inlay box, and you're gonna do the same thing. So at the little 1/2 inch, you know, lines that you made yourself, or 9/16 of an inch. Go ahead and do that. Do that. And I'm going to quickly go over the numbers again because I know sometimes I think I go pretty slowly, but people will say, I totally missed that. Can you please write it? And I just don't have the time for writing, guys. I used to blog, but I vlog, so I do the videos. So again, 6 by 12, right? For your base and your lid. The lid is scored at 1.5 inches all around. No problem. You're going to cut an aperture if you want. Well, you're going to need to if you're going to do this, because otherwise you won't see it. At 2 inches, right? Around every edge. That cuts that out. This guy, if you're using a box maker, you're just going to use the base side and score at 1.5 inches. If you're doing it yourself, you're going to score at 1 9/16, right? So 1.5 plus that little 16th all around. This guy, I made up the numbers in my head and I already forgot. So 4 by 10, and it is scored at, if you're using a box maker, box base, 1/2 inch all around. If you're doing this manually with a paper trimmer, 9/16 of an inch all around, right? So that's that guy. And last time what I did was like filled this in with pretty paper, like I matte layered this. If you want to, you don't have to, but basically let's make our box and I'll show you what I mean. So let's glue these guys together. I do need a piece of acetate, and I'll grab that in just a second. But basically, everybody, this thing, you know, it started sticking on me the other day where it doesn't want to come out, and that usually means it's kind of out of glue and it's going to keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like it's dry. So let me do this to make our box. Oh, it's such a pretty little set of flowers to cover up, but oh well, guys. Gotta cover it up. Gotta zhuzh that glue, make sure we have it all over. I love the depth of this one. And then what's going to happen is, because of this guy nestled into the lid, it's going to look even taller because it kind of pushes away from that. All right. I've been watching the Golden Girls recently, which is so funny because I'm sure, you know, I remember watching it when we were kids, you know, around the TV, like Three's Company, all those things. And I'm sure 100% there's jokes were like over my head, right? Because now I'm watching, I'm like, oh, these ladies knew what was up. It's pretty good. It's funny. So good. But anyway, I have it on right now. That's why I'm not watching it. Obviously, I'm in my craft room, but I can hear it a little bit. Anyway, I would say they're very progressive for the 80s or whatever it was. It's funny. All right, let's see here. Okay, so we have that box base. So pretty. This one I'm going to do the same way. We'll do this other one in just a minute. I just don't want to waste your time doing this exactly the same. So I'm just going to fold it up, glue and glue and glue, okay? And I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so that's going to be the little insert that's going to hold whatever it is that you want to decorate with, you know, inside of this, basically. Okay, so it's kind of there, like, as a layer. Okay, so I do have this, again, this is the only acetate I can find right now. It's heat-resistant acetate. You don't have to have heat-resistant acetate. It costs more money. There's no reason for that, but that's just what I have. So we need to cover this aperture. Ooh, I mean, I could use this. It's right on it at the width of this, because it's A4 size paper. It's not quite 8.5 inches. But basically, you just want to cover that area. So I know this opening is 2 inches. So let's just do like 2 1/4 or just over 2 1/4. And I'm going to be real careful with this because, again, it's just inside there for me. So basically, this is 2 1/4 by, ooh, look at that, by 8 1/4. But again, if you have A2 size paper, that's probably better. So I'm going to put glue right on the very, very edge. Get as close as I can to the edge because I know this paper is just covering that. And then pop this on here. All right. I'm going to hold that down because it is really just barely holding on. So I'll put some weight on that and let that really become one. And you know that means I'm going to take something like this platform, pop it down on there, and put a little weight on the back, and hopefully that didn't shift at all. And I'll be back in a few minutes. And in that time, I'll look for something to decorate this with. I honestly had no idea what I'm going to put in here. So I was going to make like a cutout frame for the top, like just on our own, cut a piece of paper and then cut it down. But it's such a thin width, that 1/2 inch sides, it's not really worth it to me. So, you know, maybe we have some cute flourishes or corners or something like that. You know, I have something like this guy. I don't know if this is too wide. I mean, this is a box, so it doesn't matter if this sticks off the side. So maybe we'll decorate with something like this on the outside. Who knows? Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, guys. You know, as I'm making a box right now, and hopefully the right people hear this. Oh, that's funny. That's from my nail art the other day. When I did the unboxing of these papers, and I showed you guys kind of what I picked up for the craft day, the last HSN craft day, I did get the Die Impress Today's Special in teal floral, and then I heard from several of you that the lids for like the small box didn't fit, or yeah, that's what it sounded like. I didn't have a problem with that, but if you want me to make a video showing how I put my box together, you just have to really make sure that it's like squared up, okay? And then it is a snug fit, but it's not that it doesn't fit. So hopefully yours were just machined correctly, or, you know what I'm saying, that maybe something in there. I don't think it's, hopefully what I'm trying to say is that it didn't arrive, you know, not working. But if that's the case, let HSN know. I'm sure they can either obviously refund it. I don't know that they can exchange it if it's out of stock. And then also, oh, it's such a bummer. Whenever there's an auto ship and there's a problem and you return it, even if you're just exchanging for, you know, the same thing, but it's not an auto ship anymore, they cancel your auto ship, which is so annoying. And I don't like that they do that, but that's how they do it. So hopefully, if you need me to make a video of just that, I will do that. So let me know. Okay. And if enough people, you know, are asking, but like I said, just make sure it's really nice and squared up when you're putting it together. You know what I'm saying? With the flaps and things. So anyhow, okay, so I have this guy, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy together. So just like I did with the other ones, we're gonna go ahead and do our tabs so that we can start putting things together. I did grab these Anna Griffin romantic stickers and sentiments that I have, and I thought that might work. Maybe I'll use like those dies that I showed you, or that folder. I don't know, but oh man, such a bummer covering up those pretty flowers. This is a gorgeous set of paper. And like I said, I went and saw the, look at, I'm going to cover that up too, but the, kind of like the presentation, I guess. And Anna had mentioned, remember I was showing you how the papers are just different papers, you know, in this collection. She was saying that there's like sets of paper in there. I hope that makes sense. Like this purple one I used last time coordinates with one of the other ones. So it's like every 2 papers that coordinate, maybe 3, I can't remember. So although they look different within them, within the collection, there's a couple that she thinks go together, you know, in her mind. But anyhow, okay, I'm going to glue this tab and then this last tab in, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm still kind of holding this. It's a little bit wet. And I totally forgot, today is the 10th, guys. I kind of took the weekend off, and that's when Spellbinders launches their new collections. And I do have their swatch collection, which is interesting. It's just beautiful papers, either a whole collection or every one of their papers. A single sheet of every one of their papers is like $280 for like 12-inch pieces of paper that is all the colors they do. But then they also have these swatches and like stamps to swatch out your items. And they sent it to me just so I would have it, and I do have it. And some of the stuff's already selling out. I'm like, oh, very interesting. So I may have to hold on to this video till the next day or however, but check that out. Isn't that so cool? And then hopefully if everything's correct, this will fit on top of here. So see how tall the box is now? It should be about basically 2 inches, right? So with 1.5 inch sides plus another 1/2 inch. So it's roughly 2 inches tall. That looks really substantial and really pretty. Oh my goodness, I love it. So with that in mind, we're gonna decorate the inside of this. Now, ooh, I do have some of this purple paper left. Oh, that's so funny. I even have like a little piece like this, because honestly, that's all you're going to see, really. Or the piece that we cut out from that inside piece, you can also place down here, right? Which is gorgeous. This is such a pretty piece of paper. Look at the way that whole middle section. I mean, that could be in there, right? And then this is going to be on top. And then some decorations. Oh, that paper's so pretty. Okay, yeah, let's do that. But again, I have this paper. I mean, if you wanted that in the background or just a plain piece of paper. What I was going to do, honestly, is run through some paper with like an embossing folder just so it'd be pretty. But you know what? You might as well just use this. This is really pretty, and I'm going to pop it in here. So let's do that, even though I don't have anything planned at all. You can cover the whole bottom. Again, this is, what, 3x9, basically. So if you want to do a little something for that, you would cut a piece of cardstock that's a little bit smaller than 3, a little bit smaller than 9. And have that put in there, because if you guys recall, this is actually smaller than 3x9 because I had to tuck into this 3x9 area. So You definitely want it to be smaller. I am totally eyeballing this. I guess that's it because I use Nuvo Deluxe and it is stuck. Okay, so there's nothing to do more there. Can't do anything else. Box base, this is so cool. Oh man, I should have done a short video while I was going along. I didn't. Oh well. Should I start it now? Maybe I'll start it now. Okay, so honestly, I would have made this springy because I mean, the flowers, they're just so pretty. Everything about this is just gorgeous. I love these stickers. Again, you probably won't be able to find these. I think these are from last year or something. But I mean, you know, you can just make it very pretty. That's pretty. I love that. Oh, look at this little guy. Again, he's going to cover up some of the cute flowers. And you know, I don't like doing that. But let's see. We have that little guy. That's pretty. Oh my gosh. And then, I mean, flourishes, you know, you don't have to, again, completely fill this in. That's pretty. I like this. What is this? Just a heart. Oh, a little double heart. That's really cute. I mean, that's... Oh, again, that's the other thing. You know, if you want to decorate the outside and have that on the inside, you can think about where you're kind of putting things so that you don't end up covering everything that's in there. Like, honestly, these like match almost perfectly. That's cute because it's different from what's in there. Okay, so maybe I'll pop this out here. Oh no, how about one of these little guys? There's just a lot. I mean, he'd be so adorable inside. Maybe we do this. I like the heart. I don't know that him and a bird would look like the best. This little guy. Yeah, the bird is kind of random, right, for that one. Let's put this guy back. I feel like there should be a third thing, but you're not going to see it anyway if this, you know what I'm saying, if I decorate the outside a little bit. So let's do that. I'm loving that already. I mean, this little kind of boat, that's so funny. Okay, we have some sentiments too. Oh, this is going to be so nice. Oh, this is nice. Happy anniversary. Be my Valentine for my friend, which I love that. I mean, maybe that can go like up here, right? Oh, no, that's out of the way. So it's just like, and this is going to be a lot further up, so obviously you're going to see it in a different way. Be mine, Valentine. Oh, that's kind of cute. But again, I don't want to cover up too much of even the paper down underneath there. Love you. Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I like the way this looks, so let's maybe get that stuck down. Again, little pearls, cute things. You can definitely, you know, pop this up a little higher even if you wanted. Put more dimensionals under this. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll stick this down with more dimensionals. Let me grab those. Okay. Because again, we have, you know, basically half an inch to play with there as far as the height. So you can definitely bring in, last time I added, like mulberry flowers, you know. I mean, this is all very pretty, but let's put this there. It's a little bit crooked. Here. And then this little guy. He can be kind of flat, sure, why not? You know, rhinestones, pearls, all those cute things. Let me get this off the back of here. Oh my goodness. My mind is already not in vacation mode, but I need to start packing and all that. We did tons of laundry. You know, we're heading out to Hawaii soon here. I don't know. I'm gonna put the little guy there. Just something. I do feel like something else needs to be here, but again, we're going to put this up here, so we don't really need that. And actually, I'll go ahead and stick that down right now. But, yeah, I didn't need to do too much shopping because obviously we live in San Diego, so we already have, you know, swim trunks and all that kind of stuff. Pretty much everything you need. So, that's good. I'm telling you, I got just the best deal with points and miles, and I couldn't pass it up. So, it'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll get there safely. Airplanes and all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's see here. I'm just holding that down for now. I'm trying to think if I want to add some more little things in here, like just to make it more fun. Let's see. Iron Press needs to bring more of these guys back. I haven't seen them in a while. Like just pretty rhinestones, you know. I use them all the time. I'm gonna go with the red, probably just red because I want it to be obvious. Like you see them really well in there. Pink is also very cute, of course. Where is my little... Let me put some of this stuff away. I'll be right back. Here it is. Okay. Maybe like a little one there. I know that's going to be showing. Cute. Okay, maybe another one down in here. All right. Okay. Love it. Can you imagine a picture? I mean, whatever it is that you want. And basically this is going to go inside of here and we can put that together. I mean, look at that. You know, you can see that little creamy like side, which is lovely from the very front. It looks like it was just inlaid, like taken out of here, which it was. I just love the way this looks. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And you guys, it's so easy. Like, it's so easy. You know, you're essentially just making a shorter box base. That's it, you know, with the rest. So now this is the part where either I'm going to put glue like I am right now, and maybe that's not what you want to do. What I'm going to do is put it on two sides so I know for sure that's in there. I want to not touch glue all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like all over here. So I think last time I used like a fine tip glue, but for now we can just get in here and making sure the glue is coming out. Okay. And then this bottom one didn't have any earlier, so I want to make sure we get some in there. You can do hot glue if you want, but basically just make sure that's butted up all the way to the very top, right? That's touching here. And I'm just going to hold this until it sets up, right? Push against the sides until it just sets up. And I'll be right back. I guess another way of doing that is like that, because it's already touching here. Okay, I'll be back. Oh my goodness, you guys, look how pretty. And you can definitely use double-sided tape in here if you want, but I just like glue because unless you tear it, it's not going to open, like ever. Sometimes double-sided tapes stay a little wet so that if it gets humid or something like that, it depends on where it's being stored, it like opens up and it like releases, or, you know, the paper, or it gets really dry and old that it just falls apart too. So I don't know. I do like it, but my favorite is just a wet glue. Okay, so... Oh, you know what? I was thinking about maybe putting this in here somewhere, and I didn't. I just stuck that down. Actually, it's almost to come off, so maybe I could rearrange it if I wanted to. I mean, this can go on top, too, like that. Oh, my gosh. I don't know. Because I know, honestly, looking at this, Miranda's going to want this box. So if this is for my friend, kind of random. I suppose we can put that up there, even though it's kind of disparate. Just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of out there. Let's do that because Miranda would like that. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't sticking as well, and I don't know if it's because I can't really push on it too much because I don't want to hurt the acetate. So I'm going to put a little glue behind this one. And oh, you know, in my mind, I'm like trying to be careful with how it looks. Like, duh, you're not going to see that because it's covered. It's not the same as if you were just decorating this acetate, you know, putting it on there. So I can put glue all over that, and that's fine. And, you know, maybe a little jaunty angle. I'm going to hold that down for a little bit because of the wet glue. Okay, loving that. Do we want to put more of these guys? You know, maybe like here. And a couple more. I think that's cute. I was debating if I should put any more like down over here, right? We have those guys. I would put them here or maybe down in here. Maybe over here. Like there. I hope you guys try this out. It is so easy. Like, it looks phenomenal. It looks amazing. You know, whoever receives it is going to be super happy, like, to receive it. And it's so easy. It's just the easiest thing. I don't know why I don't do it more often. But anyhow, so your box, basically you have your 1.5 inch sides. And, I mean, you guys, I am super happy with this. Thanks for watching. I hope, inspires you to try something out, come up with your own numbers. Again, just that insert being shorter, right? Make it like a 1/2 inch box there. So, if your sides are 1 inch, that's fine. This can still be 1/2 inch. It's just going to be 1/2 inch sticking out with that 1 inch down at the bottom. So it's going to look a little less layered than this one, like that thickness of it, a square, whatever it is you're doing, it'll be perfect. Just make sure that the little insert has 1/2 inch sides. Again, 1/2 inch on a box base or 9/16 all around, right? If you're doing it with a paper trimmer so that it fits perfectly. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Whatever is pertinent and available, I'll try to link it again here in the description box or down in the, here in the video or down in the description box, and I will see you all at the next one. I love this. All right, bye now.